What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update of Bitcoin and a few altcoins as well. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $17,087. We're up 2.16%. You guys, we're at the spot right now where anything can happen. This is when extreme FOMO can set in. Huge whale buyers can step in out of nowhere. Things are getting crazy, and that just is what it is. And like we've talked about on the 1 day time frame, which we're going to be on, one of the best sell signals in terms of swing trading that I like to use is once we close below this 20 EMA. That's typically when I like to sell out or at least take some profit and then try to find another spot where I can rebuy back in once we've had our nice breath or our retracement. We've had over a 50% move out of this symmetrical triangle, so we need to be careful in this areas. We're hitting our next target of 17,139. That was my next area. If we're able to have a daily candle close up above that, we look up to $18,175 is going to be the overhead resistance, and be up around that $20,000. And once we get past $20,000, it will be blue sky breakouts, and that's when things get crazy, because a lot of times when you get those blue sky breakouts, the volume, people just jump in. It doesn't matter what indicators are saying, things can get absolutely insane. So we're basically at that point right now, guys, and this is just a spot to be careful. If you're a long-term Bitcoin investor, I always recommend those trailing stop losses, or once you see the 20 EMA being penetrated. Many times once we lose the 20 EMA, we'll get a nice fast deep retracement, then we can start this all over again. The RSI right now sitting at 77 on the 1 day time frame, so we do want to be aware of that. But like we talked about, anything really can happen in this area. If someone says for sure they know what's going to happen tomorrow, they don't, because this market is very manipulated and it's whale driven. So a lot of the times it really doesn't matter what's taking place with the price. It can just keep moving, to the upside as hard as possible, as well as the downside. So we're still up above our 20, we're up above our 50, we're up above our 100, we're up above our 200. We're looking great. The only thing I would look for is some type of retracement down the road here. If we take out our Fibonacci from these whale wicks that we talked about months ago, guys, if we go from there, from our low up to where we are now, a typical retracement is back to that 0.382 and is still a very healthy trend, and that would put us back to around 13,854. If we went down to the 0.5, that put us around 12,972. So those would be the areas that I'd look at if we do start getting some type of retracement here coming up in the days to come. But this spot, it just can get really crazy. And I want to point this out in terms of the news as well. Take a look at this. Grayscale, the investment firm here, 500,000 BTC worth, 8.5 billion currently owned by Grayscale. So, and I also wanted to bring this up before I forget about it. Do you remember when Bitcoin was $3,000 and $5,000 and JP Morgan was saying it's trash and it's scum and everything else like that, and they wouldn't invest $1 into it? Go take a look at what JP Morgan's been buying ever since then. It's Bitcoin. And that's what these guys do. And this is what I'm talking about, how it's so manipulated. When the price was down, everybody's scared. They wanted to sell you. They wanted you to sell yours for cheap. They picked it up, talking crap about it, and now they're riding it up. And I was reading an article yesterday, JP Morgan saying it's one of the best investments out there. So just always be careful in this space, guys. That's one thing I wanted to point out. But watch these areas in terms of support. We want to hold 15,789 right now. Like we said, the next overhead resistance, 17,139, then 18,175. Things are getting pretty crazy here, so I just want to point that out there. Next, we're going to move into Ethereum. Just going to kind of scroll down, do some rapid fire here. Ethereum's at $471. Main thing for ETH right now is for us to try to get up above $489. It's going to be the next overhead resistance that we would want to have a daily candle close up above. We're still trading up above our 20, our 50, our 100, and our 200 moving average. So that's a good thing, and we're still continuously putting in these higher lows. So this is where we want our next higher low to be, right in this area. Now we're trying to go up and get a higher high to get over top of 489. Then we could have a shot of running up into the $550, even $600 range very fast. The RSI is at 63, so we still have plenty of room there for the RSI if Ethereum wants to make this nice move to the upside, and most likely it probably will in the days and weeks to come here. So if we're looking at the momentum as well, we're at 34. In terms of the trailing stop loss or volatility stop, they would have it at $432. So basically saying if we break down through this higher low that we just set, then most likely we're going to go to some deeper retracements, and that's when you'd want to get stopped out of your position. So that's going to be Ethereum there, guys. Really watch those levels as well. And we'll just scroll down through here. So Qdom's up about 3% right now. It's at $2.13. Litecoin's at $74.30. We just made it through our previous overhead resistance at $71.78. That was the spot we were looking to get up through with a daily candle close, and we did end up getting it. So I want to see today what ends up happening today and what type of candlestick formation we're going to have. If we continue to push up higher, our next overhead resistance is going to be at $80. It's going to be the spot. Now, in terms of support, we don't want to drop much below $67.45. The daily RSI is at 72 right now. Momentum's at 15, pointing up. So we're just going to see still up above the 20, the 50, 100, and 200, and we've had those golden crosses. So this is a nice thing for Litecoin to see. We just have to go up and get over top of roughly about $85, and we really could move to 100 pretty fast there. So we're going to keep Litecoin on the radar there. We've been doing a lot with Litecoin, talking with Litecoin a lot, and if you're here for Litecoin, let me know down low, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, I wanted to point out XRP. This was one I was talking about in the altcoins where I said some altcoins people may be sleeping on. XRP was around 25 cents, and this is what we were anticipating right here. So this is a beautiful move for XRP. Next overhead resistance, we want to see if we could get up through 0.31706 is going to be the overhead resistance. In terms of support, we're going to try to hold 0.27884. The RSI is at 78 right now, so we do want to be aware of that, but we had some nice buying pressure coming in, and this is what we needed. You can see we broke out of that 25 cents right here. And since then, we ended up going up roughly, let me get my tool here for us. Ended up going up about 20% from there, from when we were talking about it. So that's where I always try to give you guys stuff. I'm never going to say where to buy or sell or whatever, but I try to give hints out there. You know, none of this is financial advice, but it's just something, you know, when I do those videos, I try to help people the best I can without giving financial advice. Just put things on your radar. So that's XRP right there, guys. RSI is at 78 right now. Momentum still pointing up. Let's see if we can dig for a little bit more, maybe get up to that 31 cents, 31.5 cents, then up to that 33 cents, 0.33844. Also want to watch that volume, see if we can continue to get some strong volume coming in. Zcash is at $65 right now. That's looking good. Bitcoin Cash, even after the fork and everything, 256. Neo's at 1650. Let's take a look at Dash here. It's at $82. Dash has made a really strong move as well. You see these impulse waves that we're getting to the upside there. Dash, we're trying to challenge $83.36 is going to be the next overhead resistance. In terms of support, we're going to try to hold $79.69. The RSI is at 67 on the 1 day. Momentum's moving up, so we still have more room to definitely even go up there and test that $89.44 or even up to that $100 before we really start to cool down. So right now we're just going to see if Dash can continue to get that buying pressure to the upside there, and then also watch those support areas. Technicals for Dash is a buy right now, but you can see the oscillators are slowing down just a little bit as we get into some of these higher levels there, but we have a 2 sell, 8 neutral, and an 18 buy. So that's going to be Dash. You can see that heavy volume that came in. Links at $12.90 right now. Main thing is to keep this higher low. So we would want to hold $12.10 as support, overhead resistance. The next spot we're going to look at, see if we can get up above. It's roughly going to be $13.04 and be up around $13.92. And you can see here we had a bullish engulfing candle here. It wasn't a huge one, but it did engulf the previous day. We're just going to try to set that higher low, see if we can get to the upside. The RSI is at 58 right now, momentum 1.14. So still more room to go up and test that 1392, and we want to continue to hold this white trend line. That's going to be one of the spots for us, is this white trend line. Okay, and so that's the link, guys. You like me covering that, let me know down low that you're here for it. And then we'll cover Tezos. Will be our last one here. Okay, so Tezos, we're trying to break up through $2.18. Overhead resistance is going to be around $2.25, then up to around $2.50. Nice thing about Tezos here, we've been in a downtrend for quite a while, trying to change that trend. We had a long wick at the bottom here, was about 10%. So this may have been our bottom. You can see a little divergence as price was going down. We were gaining some strength on the RSI. So for me, we need to get up over top of that 218. And in terms of support, we wouldn't want to lose about, let's call it 201, and then it'd be down around that 185 right now. If we take a look at the technicals, we are at a 6 sell, 9 neutral, 13 buy, oscillators 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. So let's just see if this can be our higher low. Go up there and try to get that higher high, really start making some moves there for Tezos is what I'm looking at. So if you guys get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.